Hi everyone, and welcome to Stay Strong Online. My name is Krista, and today we're going to be doing a foundation video for one leg circle. One leg circle is a great exercise to build stability in your core while you're gaining hip mobility as well. What you'll need for today is a mat and maybe something to place underneath your head, like a pillow or a small yoga block. It's anything that really works to support you. And as an option, you might want to grab a Theraband or maybe a yoga strap, and that will help you during this exercise as well, but it is not necessary if you don't have it. So that's the intro. So whenever you're ready, let's get started. When you're ready, you're going to come down onto the mat on your back, and you want to place that pillow or something underneath your head. We'll come down here. The first exercise that we're going to do is actually one that's going to have both of your knees bent. So we're going to learn 3 versions of this exercise today. This is the first version. So having both of your knees bent on the mat, you want your spine in a neutral pelvis, neutral alignment here as well. So a little small gap in the lumbar spine. You're going to lift the right leg to tabletop. And you want the knee to be over the hip as much as you can. And you want that ankle to fall in line with the knee as well. So if you don't have anybody there to spot you, then just kind of eyeball it as best as you can. Now this exercise, we're going to take the knee as sort of your guide, and you're going to draw a circle on the ceiling with your knee. So I'm going to head towards the midline. It's going to be a small circle. We're going to start the circle towards the midline, and you're going to come back around the outside. We're going to do that. Let's do that 4 more times. That's 4 and 3. And 2 and 1. Great. So now we're going to go the other way. So you want these circles to be nice and smooth. So as best as you can, you're drawing a nice clean circle on the ceiling. And we're going to go 5 in this other direction as well. I think we have 2 more. So you're just keeping everything coming from the hip. You're not just flailing this foot around, which is very common as well. Let's just do 1 more here on this side, and then we circle around. We're going to place the foot down. We're going to lift the left leg into tabletop. The knee is going to be over the hip. The ankle is going to be in line with the knee. I'm going to eyeball that. And then we're going to add a breath this time to sort of layer onto the exercise. So we're going to take an inhale. We're going to circle the knee towards the inside. As an exhale, you're going to finish off that circle. So it is super still and steady on the opposite side. It can be, a little bit of instability, but then your body will work to correct it. That's why it seems like a very simple exercise, but there's a lot going on. Let's do 1 more after this guy here. So again, we're drawing nice smooth circles on the ceiling, and then we're going to go around again here to the other side, outside, and then towards the inside. So all of that circling is happening from the hip, and I want you to be mindful of those hip flexors and maybe some tension in the hamstrings as well. I think I'll go around maybe 1 more time here. And we're just circle it around. You'll place that foot back down. The next one we're going to do is the bottom leg is going to stay bent. So we're going to have this guy here on the left stay bent, and the foot is going to stay on the mat. The right leg is going to go up towards the ceiling. Now, I have a lot of hamstring tension and tightness, so it's not going to be super 90 degrees, but I want you to do the best that you can by lifting that leg as high as you can, getting a nice stretch in the back of the leg. A pointed toe is very helpful as well. So now we've got that paintbrush on our toe, and we're going to draw a circle towards the inside. Inhale, exhale towards the outside. Now we're just circling around here, again trying to stay nice and steady in the pelvis. You can make your circles as big or as small as you'd like to, as long as you're keeping that pelvis nice and steady. I'm going to go around the other way. So you want to go about 5 and 5 in each direction, and be mindful of that hip flexor tension. There's a little bit of ab work here, as well as, of course, to just hold that leg up, but also to stabilize your pelvis. We're going to finish that off there. So we're going to bend the knee, we're going to place the right foot down and go on to the left. So this is version 2, obviously, where we've got the leg in the air, bottom leg is bent, and a little bit of hamstring tension there. If I force it too much, then my low back is going to press down too much for this particular exercise. So I'm going to have it just as long as I can for demo purposes mostly. And then you're going to come across on the inhale, exhale to finish off. Inhale and exhale. So you can come across towards that right knee and then open up. And remember, your circle can be as big, as long as you can maintain that pelvic stability. Big inhale here, exhale to finish. Let's go the other way. Inhale, exhale to finish. Keep trying to lengthen those toes away from your upper body. Nice length through here. I'm losing some height. And we'll finish off there. So you want to do about 5 and 5. I'm going to bring that knee in towards the chest, just give it a little bit of a hug, release out those hip flexors. And I'm going to do the same on that right side now that we're done there. So the third version that we're going to demonstrate today is actually that you have the bottom leg straight. So your let's say the left leg is going to be straight, and the gesture leg here is going to be bent. So my right leg is going to be bent. So again, there's quite a bit of tension in here for me in those hip flexors on this left side. Probably going to be the same on the right. So with the knee bent, it takes a little bit more of that, little more tension off, but it's still there. So this wouldn't be the ideal version for me to do. But it's great that you know a couple of the versions so you can pick the one that's best for you. So we're going to go ahead and do our circles towards the midline and then towards the outside. So the leg extended is actually a nice little version. If you have that release in the front of the hip, you can kind of push that leg down into the floor, helping you to stabilize a little bit more and opening up the front of that hip. So we're just circling around here. You can go a little bit quicker with your circles than I'm going if you want, just as long as you keep things nice and smooth. We're going to go the other way. Inhale, exhale to finish. So I'm trying to get a nice, smooth circle, and this is isolating from the hip. I like to think about like a soup spoon in the pot, and you're circling nice and big around the edges of that pot anyway. And you're going to place that foot down, and that's going to go long, and then we're going to bring the other leg into tabletop. I'm going to gently push down against the mat with this right foot. Left leg is as best as you can in the 90 degrees. Inhale to start your circle. Exhale to finish off. Watch out for rocky pelvis. If you need a little bit more feedback, you can always place your hands on your hips. And we'll circle around. We'll do 2 more on this side. So it looks like not a lot is happening until you actually participate in the exercise. And you find that there's quite a bit of attention that needs to be paid in order to keep things steady around that mobility. You're going to go to the outside and bring it up. Inhale to start, exhale to finish. Circling around here. Again, be mindful of any hip flexor tension. If it's too much, then maybe this version's not right for you. We'll go around one more time here. Ideally, you're going to do about 5 and 5. We're going to bring the foot down. So now I'm going to just demonstrate real quick what you can do with the Theraband or your yoga strap to take some of that tension off of the hip flexors and the hamstrings. So let me grab the Theraband. So this is like a bonus version of those 3 versions. And anytime you're choosing a modification, don't think of it as a cheat. Don't think of it as you know, you're not doing it properly. You're not able to do it to the full extent. A modification is just basically respecting how your body feels that particular day, and every day can be different. So I'm going to start off with the knee bent version. So both of my knees are going to be bent. I'm going to take the Theraband behind my thigh, and I'm going to hold a little bit of that weight of the thigh in that Theraband. So we're just going to go around maybe like 3 times, just so you can experience just letting that weight sink down into the Theraband while you're circling. And this is beneficial for a release on the hip flexor. So if you were circling around there with the hip and you noticed that there was a lot of tension in the front of your hip, then you might really enjoy this version until your hip flexors become more relaxed. Then the next version, I'll demonstrate on the left side. I'm going to keep my right knee bent, but this is the version of a straight leg. So you can wrap the Theraband around the ball of the foot. You can point your toe into it, and then when you do your circles, see already I get a little bit more range of motion there with my hamstring, just because the weight, I'm not holding the weight of the leg as much up. The Theraband is supporting. So you get a little bit of resistance here as you push down and come back up. Inhale, exhale, lift. And we're going to go the other way. So I encourage you to try all of the versions that we just did, and then you can pick the one that is best for you. So those are the 3 versions of the one leg circle that we're going to demonstrate today. Leave a comment below telling us which version you liked the best, and we also would love it if you liked this video. If it was helpful for you, then please give us a thumbs up. We would also love for you to sign up to our brand new email list where you'll get updated videos and you'll get the latest from Stay Strong Online. So you can sign up below. The address is in our descriptor, or you can go to staystrongonline.com. That's all for now. I hope you have an awesome day.